What's up, guys? So, in this particular video, we'll be discussing about Leh Ladakh in the month of May 2026, what you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the road condition, the places that you should be visiting, the kind of blueprint that you need to have, and what is the gear and the budget that you need for your trip to Leh Ladakh in the month of May 2026. So, now remember that May is the end of, I would say, winter and the start of summer in Leh Ladakh. Summertime in Leh Ladakh isn't what you would expect in the rest of India, where it's going to be hot and sticky. It's going to be still very pleasant and cool. In fact, in the daytime, the temperatures will range from anywhere between, I would say, 10 degrees to 22 degrees, while the temperature at night can even go to, I would say, minus 10 in certain parts, especially in places close to Pangong and in higher altitude places. If you are staying in, say, for example, if you're staying close to Somoriri Lake or Hanle, that's where it gets extremely, extremely cold. So even like I mentioned, even though it's a summer month, do not come prepared thinking that it's going to be extremely cold, extremely hot. Sorry, it can get very, very cold. So come prepared for the worst. Come prepared for winter months, even in the month of May. Now, snowfall in Ladakh in the month of May is pretty much expected at the passes. So it's Changla, Kardungla, Tanglangla. These are places where you can expect it to snow. And when it snows over there, be prepared and ask your driver who's driving you before you leave for a journey whether he has carried his snow chains, because without chains, your vehicle is going to be sliding in and out and around Ladakh, and it's going to be really, really difficult for you to survive this snowy weather, because when it snows in May, it's going to be a heap load of snow. It's just not going to be light snow, it's going to be similar to a blizzard. And there have been instances where people have been stuck all along on either side of the passes, either on the Leh side or on the Nubra Valley side or on the Pangong side for even up to 48 hours in the month of May. I'm not scaring you, I'm just giving you a brute reality of what traveling to Leh Ladakh in the month of May is. So if you are someone who's planning a trip to Leh Ladakh in the month of May, come prepared for a trip which is a minimum, I would say, of 7 to 9 days. Do not come for a really short 4 night, 5 day trip. May is not the month for a razor thin trip because of these. In the night, it's going to get really cold after sunset. It's going to be really windy, along with a little bit of cold weather. So, hence, carry your woolen wear. If you do not have enough woolen wear and you feel really cold in Leh, then make sure that you're buying woolen gear from the Leh market. Travel to Leh Ladakh without proper winter gear in the month of May, because it's not summer like the rest of India. Now, when it comes to the road condition, remember that the Srinagar Leh road will be by default will be open regardless of anything. The road is going to be clear, crystal clear open, so you do not need to worry about it. The road from Manali to Leh is a hit and miss. In the past few years, it's been opening, shutting in the month of May. Even this year, again, winter is delayed, so winter is not absent. It's going to come, but it's coming, going to come late, and when it does come late, it's going to end late. So this really means that even in the month of May, you can expect it to be snowing. So the Manali Leh road, according to me, as per the last couple of years with the delayed winter snowfall, it's going to be a big issue in terms of whether it will be open or not. Ideally, what I would suggest to everybody is that start your journey in Srinagar and then end it in Leh, because that's the most economical way of getting there in terms of your health and in terms of the money and in terms of the journey. Because if you're starting your journey from Leh, it is going to be directly flying in from say around 30, 40, 45 degrees, what it is in southern India, to even Delhi for that matter in May, to directly reaching Leh, which is going to be like in 0 degrees. So that fluctuation in temperature is really going to affect your health in Leh, and you will need minimum of 2 days to acclimatize. No matter who you are, the first day is just going to go with you resting on bed and feeling like a zombie. So avoid that and start your journey in Srinagar. Do not worry, Srinagar is extremely safe, and whatever happened last year is very unlikely for that to happen again. And start your journey in Srinagar, stay a night in Srinagar, and then you can do the journey to Leh. Either you can break journey in Kargil, or you can go straight away to Leh, depending on ho- how much you can endure when it comes to traveling. If you leave in the morning at 6 o'clock, you will reach Leh latest by, I would say, 6 in the evening, 6, 7 in the evening. So it's a 12, 13 hour journey. Again, depending on how many times you stopped along the way. Now, if you're planning on flying directly to Leh, my suggestion is start looking for the best deals to book your flight tickets right now. Do not wait to book your tickets, I would say, even for a month, because the cost is only going to go up. All the flight portals know that May is peak season, being summer holidays in India. So by default, the costing is going to be very expensive. So if you're getting a good deal, if you're getting a deal, say, from from whichever your home city is. If it's a metro city to Leh directly for anywhere around 10, 12,000, it's a great deal one way, and you can book your return and just lock in your dates and then figure out the rest of it. Now, when it comes to the places that you should be visiting, by default, Nubra Valley, if you can go all the way to Turtuk, go to Turtuk. You need 2 nights in Nubra Valley. Plan a night stay at Pangong. I would not recommend Pangong, staying in Pangong in the month of May. I would recommend staying at Tangse in the month of May. That's a very good village to be staying at. And after that, you can directly, I would say, return back to Leh after spending 3 nights on the road. And if you want, you can proceed to Hanle and Somoriri, or you can just bounce back. So, depending entirely on what you want to do and what you want to cover, you'll need a minimum of 3 nights in Leh. That's 2 nights in the start, and 1 night on the return, and 3 nights in 2 nights in Nubra Valley, and 1 night in Pangong. So, a minimum of 6 nights, 7 days is what you need. If you want to cover Hanle and Somoriri, you will need a couple of days more, and it's worth it provided that you are okay spending that extra amount of money and going all the way there. Hanle is known for the night sky. There's an observatory over there. Just plan going there on a new moon so that you get a clear sky. Going on a full moon, it's pretty much a bummer over there. Now, when it comes to the kind of gear you need very good shoes. You need shoes which have good grip. You definitely need your sunscreen. You need your sun glares. You need your winter wear. You also need thermals for those who feel very, very cold. Again, you need your lip balm because your lips can crack because of dry weather. Do not go to Ladakh without a power bank. And remember that only postpaid network works in Leh Ladakh. So if you're a prepaid user and you feel Wi-Fi is going to give you to make UPI payments, that's a bluff. UPI payments will not work when your SIM card is deactivated. So for that, carry your debit card and also carry minimum, I would say, 10,000 cash with you. So wherever you are, you can pay in cash. If you're a postpaid user, you can use UPI, but still have cash with you because not everywhere UPI will work along the journey, and not everywhere you'll be able to swipe your card. So just come prepared with 10,000 cash. And if your cash is excess, you can always take it back home. Now, when it comes to the places that you should definitely be staying at, I would say you definitely need to stay the night in Hundar, at least for a night minimum. You need to stay next to Pangong, and if you can find a good cozy homestay to stay in all these places, because homestays are the most authentic way to experience Leh Ladakh without having get a feel of what the city life is in Ladakh. Because if you're going to stay in a hotel, you're just going to get another city like experience, which is not something that you want. You want an authentic Ladakhi experience, stay in a homestay where you'll get the Ladakhi food, you'll get the Ladakhi culture, and you'll get to interact with Ladakhi people. Now, if now what you should not be doing in May is you should not be planning a rush trip. You should not be planning a trip with which is just hop, skip, and jump, and planning a cramped up itinerary, which is just not going to be possible because of various external factors like the road condition and the weather. Now, the budget for your Leh Ladakh trip depends entirely on two factors. One is the number of people in your group and the number of days that you're planning for. More the number of people, lesser the budget, and more the number of days, again, the trip cost will go up. On an average, you can be prepared mentally to spend anywhere between, I would say, 25 to 45,000, depending on the number of days and the number of people. If you can do it in less than that money, wow. But public transport is not possible in Leh Ladakh. There is no public transport in the form of buses. You have to hire a vehicle. Now, if you are someone who's planning a trip to Leh Ladakh in the month of May, we do have trips happening to Leh Ladakh in the month of May. You can click on the link in the description and you'll get all the details related to our trip in the month of May. From our website, you can either book directly or you can WhatsApp our sales team at Tlow, and they will help you and guide you through the process of booking. Other than that, if you have any queries related to your own personal travel to Leh Ladakh, it is ideal for you to leave a comment in the comment section. Do not WhatsApp us because we don't want to waste our time giving out free information. For that, you can read our blogs or you can book a paid consultation, which cost anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 rupees, depending on the time you need. A Tilo expert will get in touch with you. Now, finally, the last thing what everybody is going to ask is May a good time to go biking to Leh Ladakh? I would suggest not really, because it's still snowing, the roads are still slippery, and you do not want to get stuck in a blizzard in the month of May and then have to scramble around searching for shelter and then being stranded. If you are looking for a bike ride in the month of May, hire a bike and just take it around Leh, explore the places in and around Leh, go all the way up to Lama Yuru, go to Hemis, go to, uh, I would say, the Sangam, Indus Sanskar confluence, but do not take your bike to Nubra Valley and Pangong. You might go there without any headache, but if it starts snowing, you'll be stranded and it's going to be really, really a nightmare. So do not consider biking. Till our next video, stay happy, stay blessed.